The tarot card for the month of September 2024 is the Star. And the reason that the Star is the card for September 2024 is because when you add 9 for September, plus 2, plus 2, plus 4 for the year, numerologically you get 17, which is the number of the Star card in the major arcana of the tarot deck. Hello, my name is Eliane Nicole. I'm your astrologer and tarot reader, and in this video I am going to talk about the meaning of the Star card, since it's the card for this month. And I brought a few of my favorite decks to show you the Star card. This is the Rider-Waite deck. I always call this the ballet of the tarot. I feel like it's the easiest deck to learn on because there's so many symbols in it that it's very informative for your interpretations when you're doing readings. And you see this figure, this woman representing the divine feminine is you know, she's got one knee on the land, she's got a foot in the water, of course, representing renewal and purification, the land representing, you know, the earthly realm that we live in, and, you know, her having one foot in and one foot out, you know, represents being tuned into both what's going on in planet Earth, but also what's going on more in the emotional realm. She's surrounded by the stars and the sky, which has to do with the cosmos. And when the Star comes out in a tarot reading, it really is a reminder that everything is in divine order, and to trust the cosmic order of how things are unfolding at this time, whether it makes sense to you or not. And it usually is a sign that everything is going to be okay. You know, if there was a song, it would be Stevie Wonder's Don't You Worry About a Thing. In the Mother Peace deck, which is the first deck that I showed you, you see this figure. She's in, you know, a natural spring. She's surrounded by flowers and nature. There's a little frog here representing fertility and the creative principle, which women figures also represent the creative principle, the generative principle. There is, you know, the spring, the water represents renewal and purification. In the sky, you see the sun surrounded by the stars. That's the connection to the cosmos, to the life-giving source of the universe. And it's really, you know, this card also, when it comes out, it's about seeking that connection with the divine. And oftentimes the best place to do that is in nature, is you know, immersing yourself in the natural world to remind yourself of your place in the cosmic order. The eagle is soaring through the sky, representing, you know, freedom, representing, you know, looking at things from the bird's eye view, not getting too caught up in the goings-ons of the earthly realm, but being able to zoom out as well with the wisdom and the bird's eye view of the eagle. I love the lavender sky. It's just so peaceful and tranquil in this card. The Mother Peace is the only round tarot deck. It's a feminist tarot deck, and I could go into more detail about that, but I won't. I'm going to stick to the interpretation of the Star. In my Afro tarot deck, you see the same thing. This figure, you know, her feet are in the water, and the feet are very spiritual because they pick up all of the energy from, you know, the earth or the water that we stand in is transmuted into our being from our feet. We spend so much time on our feet. And but she's still surrounded by mountains and the earth. In the sky, it's the cosmos, and this is the night sky in this deck. And I love that because, you know, stars really shine the brightest in the night sky, and they are a symbol, you know, that symbol of eternal hope. And it is from the blackness, from the darkness, that we emerge for renewal. And you know, that reminds me that the month of August, the card was the Tower, and the Tower had so much to do with about these earthly structures that we've built collapsing, you know, these hierarchical structures, the patriarchy, all of these man-made constructs and systems that are falling apart. And so the star, it's like humanity is ready to turn around to a power greater than ourselves to lead the way into the next era, because the old world seems to be crumbling around us and dying, and we need to reconnect with source and the cosmic order in order to dream the dream of the future and create it. In the Thoth deck, you see the Egyptian goddess Nut, who is the goddesses connected to the heavens and the creation of all things. You know, in one hand, she's got the gold cup, which represents the sun and the source, the life-giving source of the universe. In the other hand, she has the silver cup, which relates to the moon and the lunar intuition, the feminine principle, the creative principle, our soul. You know, in the top corner is the star Venus, and emanating is all of these cosmic vibrations, you know, our connection to the cosmos and the wisdom of the cosmos. Behind her is this globe representing the universe that the earth is a part of. Down here, all these crystalline figures that represent matter and the earthly realm, and, you know, the butterflies, liberation. And there's so much symbolism in this Thoth deck. I could do like a whole seminar on it, so I won't go into any more detail, but you see that all of these cards are reminding us, you know, when the star comes up in a reading. And it also, as always, you know, tarot is a holistic art, so you have to take into consideration what the question is and what the other cards around it, but it's always a symbol of hope. It's always a symbol of renewal. It's always a symbol that whatever the concern is, the answer is faith in the cosmic plan, faith in the divine order, and that everything is going to work out. Everything is going to be okay, but we have to plug into source. We have to have that conscious contact with a power greater than ourselves, and trust that power to guide the way. In the Wandering Star Tarot, you know, she even uses the words in this deck, you know, guiding light, inspiration, faith, hope, miracles, infinite energy. You know, and this figure is in front of a stained glass window representing, you know, maybe like a spiritual house of worship, and her hands are in prayer. You know, she's tuning into a connection with the divine, with something higher than herself. She may be praying in gratitude. She may be praying for what the concerns are on her mind. But, you know, prayer is, it's a position of humility, and it's a position in connecting to something greater than ourselves to help lead the way. And that's really what the star is about. And I think that coming off of a Tower month, and, you know, the star really connects to the astrology of September too, because we are coming up on this lunar eclipse in Pisces. Pisces is a water sign. Water signs are very much about the soul. Pisces in particular is very much about healing. It's also very much about faith and spirituality, whether that be religion or any other kind of spirituality. And, you know, Pisces is the symbol, is the two fish, and one fish is swimming up towards the divine and the other fish is swimming down towards the earthly realm. And so the star card, it really embodies that connection to both, you know, the earthly realm, the emotional realm, the cosmic realm, the spiritual realm. And this lunar eclipse in Pisces, in many ways, I believe, is a test of faith. And I'm going to do a whole video on it. There's so much to say about the lunar eclipse in Pisces coming up September 17th. But also, if you look at the video I posted September 1st about Pluto moving back to the 29th degree of Capricorn for the last time in our lifetimes, in fact, for the last time in 248 years, In that video, I talk about the relationship between Pluto and Capricorn, Uranus and Taurus, and Neptune and Pisces. They're all in a harmonious alignment with each other. They're all the outer planets that move very slowly, and they have to do with generations and eras and the collective experience. And I talked about the fertile nature of the earth and water combination to grow things, to create, and how Neptune is very connected to the imagination. Watch that video. I'm not going to go back over it all again, but you know, basically I'm saying that the astrology really connects to what the tarot are saying, and I love that. That always happens in readings with clients, and it happens with the numerology and the transits as well of the tarot. They are two different divinatory systems, astrology and tarot, but they always have each other's back. It never ceases to amaze me how, even though they're coming from two completely different ways of divining, they deliver a similar message. They always kind of co-sign each other's message, and it never ceases to amaze me. I love it. Anyway, I guess I'll wrap up now. You know, there's so much rich, deep symbolism in these cards. I could go on and on and on. In fact, I'm thinking of doing a tarot workshop for people who are interested in going deeper and learning more about the cards. Let me know. Comment below if you would be interested in being a part of a tarot workshop that I would do. Maybe it would meet weekly or bi-monthly. But it's just something I'm putting together because I know that a lot of people want to learn more about the tarot, and I think it's a great time for that. Yeah, I guess that's all I'll say for now about the star. It's a very beautiful card. Thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, tune into the star energy for September. And stay tuned for the, you know, Pisces lunar eclipse video coming up, because I will be talking more about some of this star energy and how it's being reflected in the astrology of September as well. Thank you for joining me.